grab a couple of weights that'll be challenging. So I have 2 dumbbells here, and I have 2 smaller weights. You can use water bottles if you want. You don't have to have 2 heavier weights, but the more moderate, challenging weights you can get, the better. If not, you can use a single as well. And hopefully you guys are prepared for that. If not, I'll give you another minute and we'll get going. Once you guys are ready, I'll look for some thumbs up from everybody. Sylvia, you good? Welcome to our group. Hey, Dana. Good to see you.
Hey, Pete.
Eric, nice to see you too, guys. All right. Once I see Adam tuned out for a second, once I see that guy back, we'll get going. Denise, how you doing, girl? There she is. All right, your thumbs up. All right, let's get going. We're gonna start off in a little bit of mobility exercises. So stand up nice and tall. We're gonna come down, get a stretch in the back of those legs. FYI, you might hear the TV some. Sully's watching some TV. Let's walk it out in that plank position. Hands go under the shoulders. Let's see if you can see. Okay, let's shear our hips back and let's get in that downward dog position. Try to get a stretch in the back of those legs. Keep the legs straight. Push your hip to your shoulders. And let's come back into plank. We're not going to hold any position for too long. Let's shoot the hips back again. Get a nice stretch in the back of the legs. Push your hip to your shoulders. Come on back into plank. We're going to do that 5 times. Push it back. And back into plank for 3. We got 2 more of those. Push those hips back. Get a stretch in the back of those legs. 4. We'll do a lot of these. And push it back. This time on the way up, you're going to step one of your feet up to the outside of your shoulder and right by your hand. I'll move this way so you can see me a bit more. So with the hand on the outside of that knee, same hand with that foot that's up, we're going to drop that right hip into the floor. So try to get a nice stretch in that hip flexor. Bring it back up, drop it back in, see if you get a stretch in that hip flexor. Up, drop it in again, up, drop it, up. Last one, drop it down. You're going to put your hand back on the floor, step back. Let's go to 1 down dog. Get a stretch in the back of those legs again. Let's step that opposite foot back up. Try to get that foot by that hand and that knee by that shoulder. Hand goes to the outside of that knee. Let's drop that other hip into the floor. For 1, back up, drop it in for 2, bring it back up, drop that hip in for 3, bring it up, 2 more, 4, up, last one, 5. Let's put that hand back on the ground. We're gonna do 5 down dogs again. We're gonna do a nice little stretch on those hammies, those calves. Push it back and into plank. Push it back into plank. Push it back into plank. See if we can get a little further. On the way up, we're gonna bring that foot back up in that position again. This time, I want you to push that hand on the inside of that knee and push that knee out as far as you can away from your body. If any time it's too hard for you to hold that position, you can always drop that back knee down to the floor. Right now, my knee is up, off, down, and we're just going to push it out 5 times. Keep that foot grounded that whole time. 5 for me. Put that hand back to the ground. 1 down dog. Step that other foot up. Again, if you have to drop that back knee to the ground for some more support, that's okay. We're going to push that knee out as far as you can and let it come back in. Push it out. Let it fall back in. Push it out as far as you can. And push. Let it come back in again. One more time. Push it out. Let it come back in. Put that hand back under the shoulder. Step back. Let's go to 1 down dog. Back into plank. 2 down dogs. And push it for 3. Back to plank. Push it back. 4. Last time here. Push it back for 5. And let's step back up one last time. Good. So that elbow that's closest to that knee that stepped up, it's going to go down nice and close to that ankle and try to touch that forearm down to the ground. You'll feel a nice stretch in the back of that hamstring. Now we're going to open up that same side into that nice T position here. Okay, open your chest up. Bring that elbow back down nice and close to that shin, nice and close to that ankle. Bring it down to the floor. Now we're going to twist and open back up for 2. We do that 5 times. Elbow comes down. And open for 3. We'll do 2 more of those. Elbow comes in and up for 4. Last one, drop it down and open up. Good. Hand comes back down. We're going to 1 down dog. Hip shoot back. We're going to step up that opposite foot on the way back down. Elbow comes down nice and tight to that body. Nice and close to that leg. Try to touch the ground as close as you can and open back up. And we get a little hamstring stretch with some thoracic mobility in here. There we go. 2. So we're going to build on things that we did on Monday. Open. 3, and that's just working off that dead bug position. 4, bracing, etc. 4, we got 1 more of these. And open it back up. Hand goes back to the ground. Last 5 down dogs. Shoot the hips back. Hopefully we're getting a little bit deeper in that stretch now. 2. Push it back again. 3. Back to plank. 4. And 5. Good. Come on down, my friends. Let's shake those wrists out if you have any wrist issues there. We're going to go into circles, wrist circles. Big ones. I know it gets a little bit challenging on some people's wrists. We'll go about 10 one way. We'll go 10 the other way. Sylvia, right? If you have any questions, feel free to unmute your microphone, give a shout, let us talk. Good. Go the other way. If you need modifications and I don't give it to you right away, just
Sorry.
ask. Yeah, just ask anytime you need to.
Okay, yeah, I'm good so far.
Good. Perfect. And that goes with anybody as usual. Good. If you haven't switched directions, I switch these wrist circles. So again, good, shake them out now. We're going to keep building on our little dead bug that we did earlier, which works on bracing in your squat position, lunge positions, overhead presses, etc. And that was laying back on our backs again. We're just going to go over this one pretty quickly since we did a bunch of this earlier. So knees come up, right? Hands come up to the air. We're trying to make sure that low back stays flat on the ground. Can you feel that back flat on the ground? We're going to try to expand the belly horizontally, sideways, and this way, right? Both up and down, so that low back stays flat on the ground. So the lower my legs go, the more curvature I get underneath my back, and I get my hands under there. But the more I bring my knees up, the harder it is to get my hands there. So let's really try to keep our low backs flat on the ground. Try to inflate that belly. Big breath in. Belly breath first. Let that air rise all the way up to the chest. Feel that whole expansion happen, right? We're going to hold that for a second. We're going to go opposite arm, opposite leg in a moment. In 3, 2, 1. Reach out as far as you can. Hold it as far as you can out. Okay, while maintaining that low back flat on the ground. Let's bring it all back in and let's switch it. So you might find that your heel can't go all the way down to the floor without your low back coming up, but that's just fine. Everyone's going to have a different range of motion at first. We're learning on how to keep our core tight through some of these movements that we're going to do later on in this workout and future workouts. So really work on that neutral spine. Just keep alternating those hands. Hold that position out as far as you can. Bring it back in. Reach with both sides. Try to touch the walls if we can. But if your low back starts to come up off the floor, don't go down as low until you can maintain that posture. Hopefully that makes sense. Then we're going to go one more on each side. This is just a reminder of what we did earlier this week. And okay. All right, my friends. We're going to flip it over now. Beat it. My dog does a lot of special appearances, by the way. There, go down there. All right. So we're going to flip that dead bug over now. So if I'm in that dead bug position, I'm here on all fours, right? So hands go under the shoulders. Knees, if my belly button fell straight to the ground, I want my knees around that area, okay? All I'm going to do is bring my knees up off the ground about 2 inches. So the knees are up 2 inches off the ground. You can always look down between your feet or between your knees. And we're going to keep the hips from shifting now, okay? We're going to tap opposite hand, opposite shoulder. So you might want a wide stance with your feet, wide stance with the knees, as if you had a basketball between them, okay? So Allison, bring your bottom down about 1 inch and bring your knees in towards your hands. Good, so let's get everybody on a sideways position if you're being viewed, okay? All right, so hold that position, maintain it. Just be able to maintain that nice flat back position, eyes down at the ground. I'm going to keep checking on you guys periodically. Good. Dana, bring your knees in towards your hands some. Good. It should ask a little something out of your quads as well. We're just going to keep holding here for a moment. Hold. You'll feel your belly is tight. Your back is flat. We're still in that squat position ultimately. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's rest there. Bring those knees down. Good. Shake out the wrists if you need to, if they're bothering you. We're going to move on from this position now. So, well, we're just gonna take it up a notch. So, we're going to go to a shoulder tap in that position. Really trying to make minimal shifting and those hips happen, right? So the hips should shift minimally. And again, you can watch those knees if one goes really high or really low. Okay? So, or if you're going outside for now. I'll see you later.
That was good. That was funny.
Yeah, I know, right? It sucks for people who don't know what's going on. So she kind of blocks the view. All right, ready? Hands go back under the shoulders. And we're going to bring those knees out about, if there's a basketball between your knees, that's about as wide as you want those knees. Okay? We're going to come up. I'm going to face you this way. And we're going to tap that shoulder. Tap and back down. Take your time. Slow and control. Okay? Tap and hold and back down. That's your movement. Eyes face the ground. Now, watch your knees. Are they shifting a lot? Like noticing, one side comes up super high compared to the other as you move your hands. That'll give you an idea of what your hips are doing. Okay?
The feet together or apart?
Your feet are apart.
Okay.
Butt view. There you go. You get my butt view. So they're all apart. Is that helpful?
Okay.
Yeah, good. And we're just tapping and making sure those hips and those knees don't move too far apart. Okay? So keep going. You got 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Nice job, my friends. 3, 2, and rest there. Very nice. Good job, guys. All right. So stand up. Oh, wow. I got a
Sorry,
circus in my
everybody's
house today. That's why I so apologize. All right.
You know, there's a big old full moon tomorrow, so it's all just crazy.
Say that again.
There's a big full moon tomorrow.
I think it's already happened at my house. All right. So we're going to shake it out. We're going to get into some like different movements. Give the wrists a break for a second. We'll be back in that ground in a little bit. You want to maybe take her out for a walk or something? Okay, so we're going to start with body weight first. We're going to go to a squat position. Squat down. Think about that. That's just what we just did. Working on that bracing position. Ribs are drawn down underneath the hips. Okay, so we're going to squat. And we're going to go through a forward lunge. So we're going to step forward, drive off that foot, squat in between, drive off the opposite foot. Right? So there's always going to be a squat in between a lunge. Does that make sense? So that'll be our first movement. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this stuff. We're going to get going, body weight only for 45 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, let's get into a squat position. Squat it. Let's step forward, drive off that leg, drop that knee down about an inch from the ground. Squat and lunge. Okay? Squat and lunge. Always throw that squat down in between when you get after those legs. Adam did a great job Wednesday because my booty is still sore, sir. And check as you go down. You can press here, right? Against your obliques. Is it tight? Is it feeling good? Right? Is it feeling strong? Is it soft? If not, press out against your hands, making sure that core stays tight. That's what I like to do when my hands are free. We got 3, 2, finish out your last one here. Good, and let's rest. Take a little breather. We're going to go 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off in between each one. So with that said, grab your lighter weights. Maybe it's your water bottles, whatever your light weights are. We're going to move for 45 seconds, or we'll go for 50. We'll go 25 seconds, one movement, 25 seconds in the other movement. First movement is just lateral raises. Soft bend in the knees. We're going to bring those things out right to the sides. Finish in that T position, okay? Out into that T position. Okay, the second movement is chest down, nice straight body. We're going to bring them back for that little reverse fly, okay? So 2 motions. So first one for the first 25 seconds, we're going straight out to the sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, soft core, soft knees. Bring those guys out to the sides. Tight core, soft knees. Bring them out to the sides. Nice little squeeze at the top. Finish with those hands about shoulder height. Get a couple more in there. Last one, we're going to go to that bent over position. Let's bring it out to the sides. Nice, slow, and controlled. Just as slow on the way down as it goes up. Fight gravity. Make those arms work that whole time. Got 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and rest. Good. All right. Now, we're going to do a little fun one right now. Change it up on you. So get your moderate to heavier weights, if you will. So I've got a couple right here. We're always going to start with 1 curl, okay? Then we're going to go to 5 bent over rows. Give me 1 second, let me turn this off. right, so the only thing that's going to change is the amount of rows that we do. We're going to start at 5, 1 curl, 4 rows, 1 curl, 3 rows, 1 curl, 2 rows, 1 curl, 1 row, 1 curl. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. All right. Ready? Stand up tall. We're going to start off with a curl. In 3, 2, 1. Let's get that nice curl in there. Then we're going to go to 5 bent over rows. Keep those elbows nice and tight to the ribs. Try to draw those elbows back to your hips. 3, 4. Good squeeze at the top. 5. Let's stand up tall. Let's get 1 curl in there. 1 curl. Let's get 4 rows now. Back down, tight core. Draw those elbows back towards the hips. 2, 3, and 4. 1 curl. Back down to 3 rows. 1, 2, and 3. Stand up tall. We got 1 curl again. 2 rows. 1, 2. Back up tall. Curl it. 1 row now. Back down. 1 row. All right. How was that? Was it easy? Was it challenging? Make it challenging for yourself by changing your weights if you have that opportunity. Make it challenging for yourself. So we've given our wrist plenty of time to recover now. So we're going to go back to our bear crawl position, beast position, and we're going to move forward and backwards. That's it. So we're going to kind of move on to where we were. Use the space you have available. We're going to move forward 6 steps. Okay? 6 steps totals, 3 on each side. Then we're going to move backwards 6 steps forward and backwards. So again, making sure that we don't shift too much. Make sure the knees stay about 1 inch or 2 off the ground. We're just going to go forward, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then backwards. 6 steps. Okay. We'll do that 5 times. Forward and back is 1. Forward and back is 2, etc.
Hey, Pete.
Okay.
Hey, Pete, I aggravated my Achilles. So is it better just to kind of hang in that one place?
You can hang in one place if it bothers you. Just stay there. If it's okay, maybe just go back to those shoulder taps. If the hanging in one place is fine, just go to the shoulder taps. Make it challenging for yourself.
Okay.
And just play with it. Okay. Make sure your Achilles is safe. All right. You guys ready? We're going in 3, 2, 1. Knees up. 6 steps forward. Dana, you just keep going until we're done, or until you get too uncomfortable, you can rest. 6 steps forward, 4, 5, 6. 6 steps backwards, opposite hand, opposite feet. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. Almost there. And 5. Good, and let's come on back up from there. Whenever you finish your 5th one, big breath in, big breath out. We're going to keep it moving, my friends. We're going to keep it going. No big breaks in between. However, if you want more weight for our squats and our lunges, go for it. You're more than welcome to. Challenge those legs, get them a bit stronger. We're going to go in 5, 4. I'm going to grab my smaller weights right now. 3. Let's start with the feet underneath the hips. Let's go. Squat it. Stand up. Step forward. Forward lunge. Drive off that heel. Squat in between. Step forward. Drive off that heel. Squat. Step. Drive. Squat. Step. Drive off that heel. Knee side shot. Squat. Step. Drive. Squat it. Step. Drive. Trying to work on those quads a little bit more today. Squat it. And last one here. That's it, my friends. That's it. Rest. That's your 45 seconds. Big breath in. Big breath out. You need to keep those light weights close to you. We're going to do those lateral raises and reverse raises. If they get too tired for you anytime, obviously rest, right? No need to keep pushing just because the time's going. Time's done when time's done. You get as many good repetitions as you can in while you're trying to maintain solid form. All right, ready? In 5, 4, 3, we're going out to the sides and back down, nice and slow. Just as slow on the way up as we go on the way down. Even if you don't have weights, you can just squeeze at the top and slowly bring them down and go right back up. Go smaller motions if you have very light weights, because once we get from here to here, it's really easy. Right from there to there, it's really easy. You can keep tension on the shoulders by keeping that nice and warm. 3, 2, 1. Shake them out a little. We're going to that bent over position. Bent over. We're coming out to the sides in 3, 2, 1. Out. Reach. And reach. Try to bring those shoulder blades together. If the weight's too heavy for you, you can always bend the elbows. Get that nice squeeze. Again, if you have no weights, stop right around here. Keep more tension on there, right? It's not challenging enough for you. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. All right. Excellent. Little breather. We're going to go back to those curls. 5 rows. Curl once, 4 rows. We just break down the rowing part. Okay? Big breath in. Go change out your weights for something that's going to work you out, challenge you some. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's get that nice curl in there. Good squeeze at the top. Chest comes down. Let's get 5 rows. 1, 2. Good squeeze at the top. 3. Finish those elbows by those ribs. 4 and 5. Stand up tall. 1 curl. 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stand up tall. 1 curl. 3 rows. 1. Good squeezes. 2, 3. Stand up tall. 1 curl. 2 rows. 1, 2. Last one. 1 curl. 1 row. 1 row there. All right. Good. Set your little weights down. Little big weights. All right. Shake them out real quick. We're going back to the floor for those nice little bear crawls. Again, if moving forward and backwards is not for you, stay stationary. You can always just go from this position, knees up, hold it for a 5 count, tap your knees back down. Okay, you can do that if it's bothering the shoulders, too much for the Achilles, etc. Make it work for you. Try to make the most out of that position that you can. All right, let's go to all 4s. In 5, 4, 3, we're going to move 6 steps forward, 6 steps backwards. Opposite hand, opposite foot. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 for 1. 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 6. 3. 6. Good, my friends. Finish up your 5th one wherever you're at. Take your time. We're going to get through that all over one last time. Then we'll move forward and mix up all the exercises after that. Big breath in. Big breath out. We'll go back to that squat and that forward lunge. Squat and forward lunge. Again, so last time doing it, how was the weight for you last time? Perfect or not? Nice. I like the coffee in between. It's good to have coffee in between. All right. So we're going to finish one last round of those 4 exercises. Then we're going to have a longer break in between, about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. I'll give you a few more exercises that we're going to do. We'll have a solid day. All right. You guys ready? Grab whatever you want. Same things. Challenge yourself for that last round if we can. 45 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to start that squat. Feet underneath the hips. Stand. Step forward. Drive off that heel. Squat. Lunge. Drive off that heel. On that lunge, try to get that knee about 1 inch or 2 from the floor. Drive. Squat it. Lunge it. I'm going to come around and come watch you guys for 1 second. Make sure everything's going well. See if I can give any pointers. James, can you turn side on for me for 1 second? Make sure that I can see your technique. Beauty. Very nice, sir. Good job, Allison. Dana, beautiful. Denise, I like your knees. Fantastic, my friend. Nice job, everybody. Keep it up. We have 5, 4, 3, and rest. Good. Little breather. Little breather there. Keep those light weights around. We got those lateral raises and those bent over raises. Lateral bent over flies, reverse flies. Big breath in, my friends. Big breath. We're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's giddy up. Let's bring them out to the sides. Good. Now, if you want to change it, you go thumbs up. What's that do for you? Changes maybe more in that neck, right? So maybe your head goes up some. Bring that chin to that neutral position that Adam had us work on Wednesday. That generally helps me keep it from going all the way up to the top of to the back of my neck and the base of my skull. And we're going to play with it. Palms can go back down. Good, and shake them out real quick. Ooh, mine got warm. Hopefully yours did too. Big breath in, big breath out. We're going that bent over position in 3, 2, chest comes down, and bring them out to the sides. Again, you can mess with that too by bringing your thumbs up. Work slightly different muscles in your shoulders. You'll probably get more fatigued. Thumbs up. That happens, put your palms back down. And for me, my shoulders are tired already. Keep going. I'm gonna keep watching. You guys have about 15 seconds left. Chest down a bit more. Sylvia. Yes, good. Nice job, Dana. Great job. Nice, everybody with the flat backs. Beautiful. 3, 2, and rest there. Very nice. Whew. Shake them out, shake them out. All right. We're going to go to that curl. Last time with that curl, last time with those rows. Find what you have. Curls and rows. Now, if you want more biceps, we can reverse that. We can do 1 row, 5 curls. 1 row, 4 curls. So it depends what you want to work out more right now. I'm gonna let you guys choose, and you can give you some freedom there, okay? So you can have some freedom, or you can do what I'm doing. I'm trying to get my back a little bit more, trying to get your back, but some people want more bicep. If you want that, do more curls, and just reverse the curls and the rows. Hopefully that makes sense. But I like freedom of choice, and to give you guys freedom as long as you guys have good form. Right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, we're gonna start, I'm starting off with that curl. Here we go, 1 curl, 5 rows for me, 2, 3, getting that good squeeze, trying to drive those elbows by those ribs, and elbows towards those hips. 1 curl, 4 rows, 2, 3, 4, stand up tall, 1 curl, good squeeze, take my time, slow and controlled, 3, 2, 1, tall, 1 curl, 2 rows, 2, standing up tall again, last ones, 1 curl, try not to rock, and 1 nice row. All right. Set your weights down just the way you picked them up. We've got our last bear crawls. We have our last bear crawls. Let's get going. 5, come on down to the floor. 4, 3, 6 steps forward, 6 back. Let's giddy up. Take your time. You don't have to rush through it. We're going for time under tension, meaning we're going to take our time, own each of those positions, making sure hips don't rock. I just finished my first one. Make sure we're bracing that whole time. You'll feel that whole cylinder help protect your low back. If you're to take one hand away and poke your belly, guaranteed you're nice and tight in the belly and the obliques. It's a great way to prep for squats, lunges, etc. by reminding ourselves how to brace. I have 1 more to go. All right. Nice job, you guys. Maybe they get your quads a little bit as well. It definitely will get mine the longer I stay in that position. Denise, your Achilles hold up okay? Okay. All right. We'll work on all that stuff as we go along. Get a breather, grab some water. We're going to get going in about a minute and a half. So the next section we're going to do, you can just listen while you drink along. We're going to try to do more ab stuff, more core stuff for you, okay? So the first movement, I'll just talk and you guys can watch. Everything's going to go for 30 seconds. If I'm in that sit-up position, my hands are always facing towards the ceiling. We've done this one before. We'll sit up nice and tall, always having my hands face up towards the ceiling. Sit up as tall as we can. They try to pull ourselves up tall, slowly go back down 1 vertebrae at a time, right back up. Remember, time under tension doesn't mean you have to go like 100 in that 30 seconds. So that'll be our first movement. If that's not challenging enough for you, always feel free to add a couple weights in there. 1 weight, 2 weights, whatever's going to challenge you there, okay? First round, you might want to do without. Second round, you can do it with if you want to try it. All right. So the next one we'll do, it's a lot of stuff on our wrists today, and I realize that. Our wrists are kind of crappy, but I'm trying to like space it out so we don't kill them too much. So we're going to do that plank. So in that plank position, I'm going to show you this view first. Hopefully you can see me. There we go. Okay. So my hands are over the dumbbell, and the dumbbell starts on the outside of one of my shoulders. I have a wide stance with my legs, and I'm gonna reach underneath, okay, and pull to the opposite side, okay? Put my hands back underneath me, reach and pull. Now, if you have a hard time stabilizing the hips, and the hips are moving side to side a lot, that's not the right one for you at the moment. So we'll just build on that, what we did earlier, and we're just gonna go to that plank position, lock those hips in, because now it's harder, and we're gonna try to tap the shoulder, if moving that weight from one side to the next is too challenging for you. Hopefully that makes sense. So there's your second option there. Okay, we're gonna go to our backs after that, giving our wrists a moment. We'll go to our backs, find our dead bug position. Now we're gonna reach out with both legs, both arms. This time my chest comes up though. Okay, trying to keep that low back flat on the ground. If that's hard, just don't go out as far. Okay, the higher the heels are up, the higher my chest are up, the easier it's gonna be to maintain a flat back position there. Okay, this is that hollow hold that we talked about. Anytime it gets challenging, we can always come in, hug the knees, keeping the chest up, reach back out, and back in. Try to hold it as long as you can. I'm gonna go for 30 seconds, or at least attempt to. If it gets challenging for you, maybe a 5 count, bring it back in, out, and back in, okay? So there's your modification for that one. All right, now for the last one, I've got wood floors. I'm trying to be as kind as my floors as I can, and so I'm gonna pick it up. If you have carpet, you can drag this weight on the floor. So last time in that plank position, I know the wrists, wide stance of the feet, okay? We're gonna pull it back, tap, bring it back out front, replace the hand back under that shoulder. Stabilize the hips, pull, tap, bring it back out in front, okay? So that's gonna be that motion. Now, if that's hard for a weight, you're just gonna tap the knee, replace it. Tap the knee, replace it. And now, once again, the idea is minimizing the hip shifting. Minimizing that hip shift as much as possible. Because when we make one hand come up off the ground out of that plank position, a lot of times that hip's gonna wanna turn up to kind of help stabilize, but we're gonna pretend like we're still in that plank position. Hopefully that makes sense. It's enough talking from me. All right, here we go. Grab your weight or no weight, it's up to you. We're gonna get in that sit-up position. Here we go, hands up, lay back in your back. Feet flat on the ground or heels on the ground to make it easier. Legs extended to make it more challenging. 3, 2, 1, up. We're gonna move for 30 seconds. Come on up, sit up nice and tall, push your head between your shoulders. Sit right back down. Always making those hands face the ceiling. Nice job, up. One vertebrae at a time on the way back down. Take your time. And we're gonna move continuously through each movement as much as possible. So in 5 seconds, we're gonna go to that plank position. Ready? 3, 2, let's come on over. Let's grab your weight if you want it. We're gonna put it to the outside of the shoulder. Hands go into the shoulders, maybe in a little closer, wide stance with the feet. Pull to the opposite outside of that shoulder. If you're not using weight, tap shoulders. Just do a shoulder tap. Right hand, left shoulder, left hand, right shoulder. Minimize the hips shifting. Own that plank position. Own that plank position. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2. Let's leave it on the outside there. Let's go back to our backs. Let's find that hollow hold position. In 3, 2, 1. Let's try to transition things quickly. Hold it if you need to bring it in. If you feel that low back, come up, come back to that C shape. Reach right back out. Smash that low back into the floor. Hold it as long as possible. If you need to make it more challenging or easier, bring the legs up higher, and that'll take some tension off there. I'm gonna pull my legs in for a moment. 30 seconds was ambitious for me. And I'm going back out. Good. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2. Let's go back to that plank. Roll over. We're gonna pull that thing forward and backwards. Okay, forwards and backwards. 30 seconds there. Reach and back. Roll the hips in if you're starting to feel that low back. Try to engage those lower abs by rolling those hips in. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and good. All right. Very nice. One round down. We're gonna take about 30 more seconds off. We're gonna do one more round of that. You guys okay with that? Thumbs up if you are.
Yeah.
Down 2. Thumbs up's not the only option. You can always do this. That's up to you guys. Everything's okay with everybody? Backs, Achilles, elbows, wrists.
Yes.
Awesome. Good. All right. Let's start it out. Weight goes to the outside of that shoulder if you're using it. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Wide stance and pull from one side to the next.
How about those other ones?
Yeah, you forgot one.
Which one did I forget?
The one where with the
Oh, the overhead.
yeah.
My bad. Thank you for keeping me honest. Let's go. Let's lay on our backs. Now you're gonna make me use weight. All right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's get you up. Sit up nice and tall. Down nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Sitting up. And right back down. See, that's why I keep you guys around. Keep me honest. Keep me from skipping the ones I don't want to do. We're going to transition quickly to our plank position in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Let's roll back over quickly. Now, let's get to that position. Now let's do it. Here we go. Wide stance of those feet and pull. Lock those hips before we move. Lock them, then do your movement. Whether you're moving the weight or doing that shoulder tap. Move methodically. Move with intention of not letting those hips shift. 3, 2, 1. All right, back on those backs. Let's roll over quick. Grab those knees, bring your chest up. Make sure that low back is flat on the ground. Reach up, reach out. Hold it for as long as you can. If you need to bend the knees to make it easier on the abs, go for it. If you need a little support back there, put a hand back there. Put the other one out, right? Challenge yourself as much as you can. Whatever you need to do to make that one happen. If you need to come in for a rest, come in for a rest. You've got about 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it back in. Oh, you can hear me, it's working for me. Hopefully it's working for you guys. All right, last time in that plank position, we pull front to back. 3, 2, 1. Let's finish this thing out. Tap and up. Tap and up. Lock the hips. And up. Reset. Lock them before we move. Let's get one more on each side, wherever you're at. Okay. And let's rest. Woo, nice job, my friends. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's go directly into child's pose position. So I'll face you. I'm gonna have a wide stance with my knees, sitting back on my heels as much as I can. If my hips, knees, etc. allow me to, ankles. We're gonna come down to the floor. Chest is gonna come out. Arms out. Walk them out in front of you. Try to take a big breath into your belly. Try to fill your belly up. Try to fill out the outsides all the way to the back, okay? And big breath out, nice and slow. Try to control your heart rate by your breath. We're gonna take a slow breath in. Hold it for a 3 count. Let's let it out for a 3 count. Good. Walk your fingertips out a little further. Let's do that breath one more time. One big breath in through the belly. Try to fill that whole belly up. Hold it. And let's let it out. Good. Let's walk your fingertips over to the left, all the way over as far as you can. See if you can find a nice stretch on that lat, the outside of your back. Let your head drop down. Let's try to breathe in a big breath into that right lung. Just see if you can open up that right lung some. Hold it and back out. Do that one more time. Big breath in. Try to just breathe through that right lung. Feel those intercostals between your rib meat expand. Hold it. And back. Let's walk those fingertips all the way over to that opposite side. We're going to do the same thing on that side. Let the head drop down. Find a nice comfortable position. Find a stretch there. Let's get a big breath in through the nose. Try to fill up that left side of your lung. Hold it. And let it out. And do one more of those. Big breath in. Feel those intercostals stretch and breath out. Good. All right. Very nice. Let's go to cat-cow now. So we're going to go nice. Hands going to the shoulders, knees going to the hips. We're going to arch our backs up nice and high. If your wrists are bothering you, go to your fingertips. That'll make your wrists straight. Or you can go to your fists. It's up to you. And big breath out. Let's change. Let's go to that cow position. Let those hips sink down. Chest sink down. Look up into the sky. Let's take that big breath in. On that breath out, we're going to change back in that cat position. Try to roll those hips in. Arch up nice and high. Good. Another big breath in. Big breath out. Let's change on that breath out. I saw a spider. You saw a spider? Good. Another big breath in. Breath out. Let's change. You saw a spider in the bones. That's awesome. Good. One last time. Big breath in. Big breath out. And let's change. There you go. You coming on? Do you see Adam and James and Allison and everybody? Good. All right, my friends. We're going to go to that pigeon pose position now. So we're going to bring a leg out. take the heel a little further away from your body and try to make it nice and horizontal. If you have, I've got these nice wood floors, so I can use these lines to make my shin horizontal with it. Parallel? There you go, parallel. We're gonna come on down, bring my chest down towards my leg. See if you get a nice stretch in those glutes. Try to shift your chest, maybe more towards your knee or more towards your ankle for a different stretch now. Good, come up nice and tall. Let's go to the opposite side. Oh, Murph, how you doing, girl? You're all wet.
I'm
I love it. You're all wet too, Sully. You all wet too? You have a rain jacket on. You're dry. You have nice clothes, that's right. Hi. Hey, you wanna go park? Maybe after we're done working, you go park? Okay. Good. Come on up from that position. Let's leave. Let's go to a hip flexor stretch. So if you have a pad on the ground, use that pad for that knee, okay? I'm gonna lunge extra forward because my hip flexors are flexible. I'm gonna stay in this position, pushing my hip forward and see if I get a nice stretch in this my hip flexor there. Trying to stay nice and vertical with my chest because the hip flexor, once again, hooks up to our vertebrae. And just try to drive that hip forward and down towards that floor. And you can always mess with it by turning the hips one way or the other, see if you get a different stretch for yourself too. Find that stretch that's going to feel best for you. Not one way works for everybody. Good, let's come back off that one. Let's switch to the opposite side. Almost done. This will be our last stretch. You're more than welcome to stretch longer if you need to. I'm just trying to keep us all on time. All right, push, push, push. Think about what those hip muscles do. They definitely play a lot of motion on what your hip's doing all day. So your psoas, your glutes, all those muscles that we're stretching out will definitely help if you're having low back pain as well. All right, keep stretching if you like. Some of us need more hammies. They could be more of that low back stretches, but this is all we're gonna do. Feel free to stretch longer if you have that time. Thank you very much, everybody. Always appreciate you guys as usual. Thanks for coming in. Sylvia, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'll try to remove that background for next